I don't know, we could probably in 15, 20 minutes cover the gamut of starting with this one, since that's what you got. But before that, I gotta say, for the camera, pull this out, get 3/4 of the active members of the Minnesota Solar Cookers Group.
I see that. You gotta get Wade in here.
Yeah, Wade, Steen, Tommy Yates, and Luther, yours truly. The only one missing from the big four is Rich Hodgson, who started the Facebook group. Hi, everyone, let's wait. Hi, Rich. Anyway, so let's start with this. Tommy's got to tell me how you came up with this cooker, because I think there's a backstory, right? Mm-hmm. Yep. So the teamwork came in.
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
Well, I was looking. I always have been watching on the. I don't know, one of the World Solar Cookers or something.
World Network, yeah.
One of those, that one. And Matteo over in Italy had posted this, and he was always making those really nice torts and everything, and he'd post them on there, like a big tease, So I was like, okay, and if that one's working and doing that, and I liked it because he puts the plans out. You get the prints from him, the plans, really easy.
That's Matteo Muccioli, right? Is it Matteo?
Yeah.
Because he posts a lot. And
yes. Yeah. And so it was like, it just worked because, number one, he enticed me with this displays of what he was making in it. Number two, he had made it it was very simple. And then also, the other thing was, I kept thinking, what can I use that I have around here? Because I don't want to be buying stuff. I want to use what I have, and I want to, if I can recycle things, I want to try to do that all the time. So that's why I came up with this, because I thought, the inside of those potato chip bags, it's not super smooth, but it does reflect. And then the boards on there was that underlayment for flooring that I had left over from years ago on a project. Didn't throw it away because I knew I could use it for something. So there it is. That's how I came up with that. And his plans, I cannot remember. Maybe I got them right direct from him. I cannot remember. But they're laid out really nice. They're really easy to follow on how to cut it and then how to do the assembly. And I've used it. And then that was when I got hold of Wade, like, what would he recommend or what would he try, doing? And then I was like, okay, so then I went and I cut this and put it together, and then we started cooking. And
it was this past winter, and it was cold.
Yeah.
It was cold outside.
Yeah.
And I kept telling myself, if I can just inspire somebody else to give it a try, And then when he got a hold of me, I was like, now what? So. But, he asked for some recommendations. I sent some, thinking, maybe I just scared him off. And he contacted me the next day saying, we're cooking.
Yeah.
We're cooking.
Yeah.
And I thought, wow, leap of faith right there.
Yeah. And it was, I think I took a picture, and I think it was like 19 below zero.
It was cold.
It was really cold.
It was cold.
But it was so bright, and it was bothering me because, the solar electric and that were just bringing in power like crazy, and the solar hot water was just, and I'm thinking, I could be out there cooking. Yep. I know I could. And that was what was bothering me the most, is all this energy, all this bright sun, and it's going by me today. So it was like, kick your butt, get going. And so
it was snow on the ground too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because I forget who I was talking to, and it's like, we got to design a cooker that can take advantage of the up reflection.
Yeah.
Because that would seal the deal, like in Canada, Yukon Territory, whatever.
See, I actually do think that these do this style.
Oh, they probably do, yeah.
Because like when I experimented with it, I brought it out and I put it in front of one of the solar electric ones out there, because seeing what the angle when the sun comes down, it's so low. Yep. Barely over the top of those trees, and comes and then hits the snow and then comes right.
Oh, sure.
And it was really coming in off of that. It was a good angle in the winter for us. So I don't really think we really need to maybe tip a little bit on the front, maybe of the Heinz or something like that, a little bit. that one seemed to work very well. Very well.
Yeah. And as far as that time of year, you got the right materials. That underlayment is gonna hang with the wind better.
Yeah, I did end up putting a brick right here and right here because the wind did catch.
Oh yeah.
And I did, once again, I came out and my whole meal's on the ground. So, yeah, I learned the hard way, of course, thinking, oh, the wind isn't going to pick up. But around here, in 2 minutes, we can have 12-mile difference in wind. So,
When the more effective the reflector, the closer it is to either a parabola or a sail on a sailboat, which is meant to catch the wind. So.
Exactly. In my mind, I think of that. I think, that's just a sail. And how many square feet of sail do we have right there?
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
A little kayak, that could you wouldn't need a paddle.
It'd work, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I experimented with, what bowls and what type of things to do for that would work well with this. And this is what I came up with really well. This was a bowl that I actually had got at IKEA probably 2-3 years ago. It's that beveled one,
Sure.
And my thought of us is if I ever get into solo cooking someday, I'm going to have that. Because somewhere I'd seen a picture of someone had used that and had lifted it up a little bit. So that thing has been used for salads and all this other stuff for 2-3 years. Now finally it's being used for what I bought it for. And the lid is from another, and the little pot in there is a secondhand store. That's where I have found all of my solo cooking stuff.
Yeah.
And it works. Tea water all the time in that thing, and rice in that all the time. Do potatoes in it.
Sure.
Yep, boil potatoes in it. Slow cooked potatoes. Yeah, it works great. What I did have troubles with when I first got going on this was how to do the angles and the tilt and all that. I could not see. Everyone kept saying, look for the shadow or the dark. And I was like, I couldn't see that. I couldn't picture that. And so it took me a little practicing with this of kind of just standing there looking at the sun and then trying to figure out, okay, it's coming in.
Yep.
This angle, boom, into the pot. Because I had troubles with that of looking for shadowing. With this one, I couldn't do it.
Yeah. I think one of the best explanations I think I've seen of that was on the Rimstar with and I think that was one of his windshield reflector videos where he, explained that put your head's shadow on the pot and then look for that halo around there.
Yeah. And I tried to do that, and all it did is got blinded.
Well, cool. Now, so remind me, this is a design you found, or one that Wade?
No, this is a design I found from. I always call him
Mateo.
Mateo.
Yep.
And I liked the simplicity, but yet it made sense to me, and how it worked. And and then I looked at his plans, and I was like, I could make that with what I have around here. Yeah. And
he's all his is like, the wires and this. It's like it's like the Italian design thing. It's got to look like a Maserati. It is. They're beautiful works of art, and they work for cooking.
Yeah.
And just aluminum foil and
yeah.
you got it covered.
I actually got the idea of the potato chip bag is because there's a lot of people that will take those and then they'll iron them together to use them for blankets for the homeless. And
sure.
And it's amazing. Really? Yeah, and you can buy, they call them moon blankets, like from Walmart and different places. And that's all they are. Yeah. They're just, that's what they are.
It's just aluminized mylar, the space blanket things.
Yeah.
Like $3 at Walmart, you get 10-pack for $5.
Right. And that's all it is a potato chip bag. Yeah. Wow. And I've actually tried one of those and they actually help them work. So I was like, okay, we're going to do that. We're going to, instead of throwing them in the dump. So needless to say, I did go to Aldi's and buy, because they had a special, the Super Bowl special on these big potato chip bags.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so actually
you want to cook her a bag.
Yeah, so actually I think that's what this one and that one are. The other ones are just regular, what I saved up. But when I seen that they had them big bags there, I bought 2 of them. I actually went back to see about that, and they told me that there was just a Super Bowl special that those sizes are made.
Yeah.
So I was... Anyway, I got 2 bags, so I was happy.
That's, you know what, though, a lot of people I've been talking to lately, we've been saying, how can we get the word out about solar cooking to where it's in the mainstream? And that would be the thing, is the next time the Super Bowl they do that, if it's probably too late for this year because they've already got it all stamped out. Oh, do they put the teams on it that were going into it, or was it just
No,
Super
no,
Bowl,
there was
LX,
no team.
whatever?
Nope, it didn't even have any of that. It was
Okay.
just the size
Yeah.
for the party, Super Bowl party size. I think it said.
Because they could probably do like a 3-inch thing on the side, saying, "Here's how you can turn this into a solar cooker."
Yeah.
I just like you got zip ties for the hinges, connectors.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just perfect.
Yeah, and that was one thing he put in his plans. You know, a simple way that was to do it, to try, is to use the zip ties, and so, yep. And again, like, I mean, his prints were so easy to understand, the way he laid them out and everything. It was very easy to build. And I've actually thought about, I did start saving up some more scraps to make another one, because it was so easy to build, and I thought it'd be a good project for the nephews, nieces, that type of thing. Let them run the drill press, drill the holes and things like that, and assemble it and put the covers, you know, the potato chip bags on it.
Yeah.
Make them wash them so they get the whole thing of it, you know, understanding of it.
Yep.
And then take it home.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't think of any more questions for this. This is, I mean, when I recall seeing a configuration like this, those are the angles. So you worked it out, and you said you set this out in the winter over there. That was the one you were talking about.
Yeah, I started out like on the south side of the house because the wind was blowing so bad.
Yep.
It's so cold.
Yeah.
So that's where we started out over there. Then it got moved over by the solar. And now, if the wind isn't blowing too bad from the northwest or northeast, this is kind of my favorite spot.
Sure.
It's easy to shoot out the door here, and I can kind of keep an eye on things from the window. I also learned my phone is great for every 15 minutes to remind me to get out and check things.
This guy's still running.
It's getting pretty close to 300 right now, so it might actually, I should check it, because it's probably by burning it up.
Hello.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I smelled it. I was just setting that camera. Already smelling it.
That's done.
Ah.
I'm going to leave it lid off for a little bit and let it cook that way.
There you go.
Here, we'll gotta get. Oh man, that's the crisp, round. Is that cherry or cranberry or?
It's blackberry.
Oh, blackberry.
And some raspberry, a little bit of raspberry, and a little bit of blueberry.
Oh man, when you see it bubbling through the side, and it's already starting to congeal from being hot, that's the ticket. And this one we got what going?
Some sloppy joes.
That is comfort food from our youth,
Yes.
right?
And
My dad was a pastor, and when they say a potluck, I'm thinking, oh, please have sloppy joes, please have, and have potato salad, and whatever. And sloppy joes, oh, that's all I put on my plate. I could down 10 of them in the buns that they serve.
I think I did post one time of a, when I love to make like I suppose you would call it a quiche or an egg bake.
Yeah,
egg bake.
frittata is what Joe always calls them.
And I put out, but the trouble is when they're getting really close to done, this thing will burn them just like that all of a sudden.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know what I found works best when I'm doing those black cast iron?
Okay.
I put it on there, and it absorbs and just cooks them out so nice all the way around.
I imagine you get the little added benefit with the weight too, just kind of keeping everything put.
Yeah, but I don't trust that at all. I learned that. I did. I had a big pot. I think I can't remember what I had a big pot of something cooking. I mean, a big pot. I thought, that's so much weight on that thing. Is not, and I came out and it was laying down there. And then it had bent, when it landed, it bent this all out.
Oh no. Yeah, you can see a little bit of pucker.
Yeah, I was pretty lucky. I I put it on a board and then I put some cloth over it and then I just sat there with my,
Yeah.
and I just kept going and I got it. I was surprised. I got it pretty good.
A little bit at a time.
Yeah.
I've mine has dropped off snowbanks 3 or 4 times, but the snow, at least there's a little bit of give to it. So just the one corner of the reflector once must have caught on one of my deck boards or something, and that's just pliers, and it was back in action. So
is the potatoes doing anything at all? 'Cause I could put them when that meat's done, I'm sure. If this is, how do I get in here?
oh, you got it. You'll find a way. Yeah, and I just flop that over the front when I'm checking things.
I'll have to get a fork and check them and see.
No, you had that already. Must have had that going in something already, right? Because it was warm.
Yeah, I pre-did it on.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and then I let them just sit for a little while, and then I usually will finish them up.
Oh, sure.
Smell the potato.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they look a little too crispy for mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Or else I guess we could just mash them with a fork and eat them that way too.
Yeah.
Anyway, these are the ones, and there's a lid I put on top of this.
Okay.
So I use these two in here.
Yeah.
And that's I found because it lifts it up.
Yeah.
Up there a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
I've bought 2 cases of the 2-gallon ball jars now because Craig Berglund's got me.
Yeah.
He's got the gears turning now.
So are you painting them?
I'm gonna paint some. I want to try his because he uses the beer bottle inside for boiling the water or distilling the water. So yeah, I figured that'll keep me out of mischief for a while. I was just curious as to what I could get to fit down in those jars, and I know he played around with different, different styles of beer bottles, and they're already brown, So
Yeah.
The one I was thinking of is, do you remember the old Schmidt wide mouth?
Yeah.
Now they'd work great because they were short and wide.
Yeah.
They would work good in a quart jar.
Well, he's got some of those distillers where it's just the smaller jars kind of sit on top of the other, and the beer bottle's just sitting in there. I imagine if you're on the island and you want fresh water, you just scoop some out of the ocean, put it in there. You could have fresh water made.
Oh, yeah.
Do it just like that.
Water.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? And then I got the soda dehydrator that I didn't get out yet. That was the same way for me, trying to figure out.
I bumped into some YouTube channels from South America where they were building dehydrators. It's all in Spanish and stuff, but
This one actually was in some book. And I seen it and I thought, I like it because of the simplicity of it,
yeah.
and then 2, I could make it.
Yeah.
All this wood and stuff, I could make it, and I got this flashing and stuff. So, look down here. I almost got in it the other day.
Oh yeah.
Chewed. So I bought some stainless steel that I'll replace all that with. And what I haven't done is I want to get one of the little turn.
Okay.
A little block of wood up here.
Yep.
But yeah, I just put 2 levels in there.
So you have to put like a 1x1 or something underneath here just to let the air come?
Yeah,
from
what
in?
I usually do is I don't have it out here. I have a 2-wheel black cart.
Okay.
And I set it on there so there's this much space
Yeah.
underneath and so that air, it flows through.
Okay.
Yep. Otherwise you could do that. In fact, the way I remember the design, he screwed on some like little legs on the side of this.
Mm-hmm.
And they clover up off the ground. 6 inches or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how he would build it. But I didn't do that for the simple reason of the storage.
Yeah.
And I didn't want something on legs. Okay, here now I got all this space I'm wasting with storage.
Yeah.
So and then also I didn't like how you just screw them on there.
Okay.
I didn't like that either. And then I'd seen another guy built the same one. And he didn't like that how he screwed, so he put them on the inside. But then he had to notch all that stuff.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was like, I'm not going down that road. Keep it simple. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you see Luther? There's
Oh,
here,
sure.
the mouse got in there the other day and chewed on him. So I got to replace them. I've just put fiberglass down there for screening, and
Yeah.
the mouse got in.
Needs a little fiber in his diet.
Yeah, the mouse chewed a lot. I can't believe.
Well, I find you gotta have like the 1/4-inch chicken wire netting too in front of that stuff. Even if it's metal, squirrels will do the stainless steel screens. My brother found that out the hard way. He had an apartment building where the squirrel kept coming by the window and looking in, and one day he said, well, he opens the window and the screen, he smears a little peanut butter on it. Well, next thing you know, there's like 5 squirrels in their apartment. They chewed enough of a notch to get into the...
Explain that one to the super.
That's right. Yeah. Don't tell them until you're long gone. Just put a poster of, I don't know, Trump or something in the window to cover it up.
It's got these two side, and it depends what I'm drying in there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, real high moist ones, I'll peel this.
Okay, get a little more flow or
Yeah,
whatever
and
through there.
then let the more of the moisture out. But otherwise, that crack in the back where the hinge part is, I slide the trays in and out. And then also, this isn't sealed so much, so it does get enough
Oh, yeah.
moisture. But there's times, like when I first put it out and I put this will just quickly just fog out.
Really?
Yeah, so I come out on purpose and I'll lift it up
Yeah.
just a little bit.
Wipe it down.
Or else
there
I'll
you
take the tape off the back and then it will start clearing out.
go. Okay.
Sure.
And I've checked temperatures anywhere from 140 up to 200 and something. 200, I think the other day it was 260 something degrees.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
My tomatoes it was too quick for them, and they turned to stone. They just.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, and it was like, oh jeez.
Tomato candy.
So then I was like, well, we got to experiment with this. So then I went and I put them the next morning. I put them in the fry pan with a little bit of oil in there. And I just let them simmer a little bit, and then I put my eggs on there, just let it simmer, and it came out really good.
Oh, man.
It did rehydrate, but
Okay.
I consciously did it slow.
Yeah.
They were just like stone.